What if I told you that some Hollywood stars choose to live like they're on a tight budget despite their multi-million-dollar bank accounts? From an A-list actor who reportedly prefers thrift store shopping over high-end boutiques to a famous actress who still drives her old beat-up car, the lifestyle choices of these celebrities might just surprise you. Here are the Hollywood actors who live like they are poor. Body number 1. Zoey Deschanel. Cute and talented Zoey Deschanel, who starred in New Girl and 500 Days of Summer, also leads a life that is far from glamorous Hollywood. Nevertheless, Deschanel has remained very humble by choosing to live an environmentally friendly life and avoid extravagance. Deschanel is a known environmentalist, and she is very particular about what she buys. She would rather buy something that is reusable and sustainable than expensive clothes and accessories. She is a lover of gardening and food production, and has been an advocate for organic farming. Her home is an example of her character since she does not want a large house, even though she has the financial means to afford one, but instead wants a warm house that is also eco-friendly. The main thing that separates Deschanel from other Hollywood celebrities is that she does not lose herself in the world of glamour and glitz, but instead continues to be true to herself. She has always emphasized the need to live a simple life and remain humble, especially in Hollywood, where greed is the order of the day. As seen in the given video, Deschanel shows that one does not have to live a glamorous life like the celebrities in Hollywood to be content and fulfilled. Number 2. Keanu Reeves. Keanu Reeves is one of the biggest Hollywood stars, but if you meet him on the street, you will not immediately understand this. He has been acting for years and has graced the screen with movies such as The Matrix, John Wick, and Speed. However, Keanu has another fame. He is one of the simplest celebrities. He does not show off and does not act like a superstar, which is so common in the present day. What can be said about Keanu is that he is very humble in his lifestyle. You will not find him driving around in a convoy of flashy cars or posting about expensive clothes on social media platforms. Indeed, Keanu is frequently seen taking the bus and acting like any other citizen of the country. Some are even pictures of him taking the subway, looking rather ordinary, wearing no unique clothing. It is as if he is deliberately shying away from the entire Hollywood glamorous look. When he is not shooting a scene or walking the red carpet, one is likely to find him in casual wear, jeans, and a t-shirt. He has been caught on camera eating a sandwich alone on park benches without the company of his bodyguards. He is not pretending to be a simple man, but he is really like that in his attitude towards life. Therefore, why does a man with such achievements live like this? One reason is related to the difficulties that Keanu had to face. He has undergone many personal losses that have defined his perspective on life. From losing his friends to struggling with his own grief, Keanu seems to have gained a rather unique outlook on life. He does not seem to care much for money and things, but rather lives for what cannot be purchased in the market, which includes friendship and even a stress-free life. Keanu is also kind. He has been accused of donating large amounts of his profits to charity without publicity. His sponsorship of children's hospitals and assistance to film crews have affected countless lives in subtle ways. He does it because he cares, not for attention. Keanu's life is unlike Hollywood stars. Many celebrities flaunt their money by buying expensive stuff and living in enormous houses, but not Keanu. He shows how to be modest while on top. His straightforwardness may be his most endearing trait. He is believable, like a man who has kept his authenticity despite celebrity. Keanu Reeves differs from Hollywood's focus on looks and status in every way. His character defines him, not his accomplishments. It is motivating to see a successful person live with grace, kindness, and an understanding of what is important. Number 3. Mark Zuckerberg. Even though Mark Zuckerberg is an owner of Facebook, one of the most popular social networks in the world, and a member of the list of the wealthiest men on the planet, his way of life can be rather unexpected. Despite the fact that he is a billionaire who can easily buy almost any product, Zuckerberg leads a relatively modest life. Indeed, his habits are quite close to a Hollywood star, who is more concerned with the fact that he or she is famous and has lots of money than anything else. For instance, he has a wardrobe. You've probably noticed that Zuckerberg is almost always seen wearing the same thing: a simple t-shirt of a neutral color, gray, and trousers. It is not because he cannot afford to buy the latest fashion apparel. It is because he does not want to. Zuckerberg once said that he likes to reduce the number of choices, such as what to wear, so that he can devote more of his efforts to his job. Thus, it can be considered as a kind of minimalism. He doesn't want to spend time on trivial decisions when he has more important things in his head, such as managing one of the biggest social media companies in the world. It is not just limited to his choice of clothing, he is also very economical. Contrary to what one would expect from a billionaire, Zuckerberg owns relatively affordable cars. He was for a long time driving a black Acura TSX, which is far from being a luxurious car that one would expect the man in that position to own. He also lives in a small house, in contrast to other tycoons in the technology industry and Hollywood stars. Therefore, why does Zuckerberg live like this? Some of it is because of his obsession with privacy. As one of the key personalities of the tech industry, Zuckerberg is always in the spotlight. He leads a modest lifestyle and does not flaunt his wealth or that of his family to avoid attracting the attention of dangerous people. It is a way of living a natural life, despite the fact that he has been given a supernatural life. But beyond that, it is evident that Zuckerberg appreciates work and productivity more than wealth and the trappings that come with it. His attitude to life is very pragmatic. He wants to work only on what is important, such as expanding his business and enhancing technology, not on the acquisition of material possessions. Number 4. Sarah Jessica Parker. You might know Sarah Jessica Parker as the fashionable sex siren from Sex and the City and her love for shoes, but in real life, she is a woman of substance. Even though she is a fashion queen and Hollywood movie star, Parker is very focused on living a normal life and, most importantly, bringing up her children. One of the things that she does to ensure that things are more realistic at home is emphasizing the aspect of value as opposed to substance. In interviews, Parker has said that her children do not get the latest designer clothes or the latest gadgets. Indeed, many of them wear a lot of secondhand clothes. It might be quite unbelievable that a celebrity would dress her children in secondhand clothes, but Parker has stated that it is her wish that the children learn the value of things and do not think that they are privileged. It is all about moderation in this approach. On the one hand, Parker is an A-list actor who goes to fancy parties and movie premieres. On the other hand, at home, she is a model of a responsible and modest woman who tries to explain this to her children. It is not strange to find Parker going for a casual dinner with her family wearing normal clothes and not the latest designer wear. What is rather inspiring about Sarah Jessica Parker is that she has been able to combine her Hollywood life with her principles. She does not indulge in the glamorous life of the stars and ensures that her children do not either. Despite the fact that she has the opportunity to buy everything that she wants and needs, she decides to stay simple and teach her children the same thing. It is a good reminder that even in a world where everything is so over the top, it is possible to grow a family with principles and priorities intact. Number 5. Dave Grohl. Whenever one hears of rock stars, they are likely to imagine a reckless lifestyle, expensive cars, private jets, and other forms of luxury. However, Dave Grohl, the lead vocalist of the Foo Fighters and the drummer of Nirvana, is not like that at all. Despite his enormous popularity and recognition, Grohl is considered to be quite a simple man. Start with his career. Grohl worked with Nirvana and Foo Fighters, two of the most successful rock bands. He has won several awards, sold millions of CDs, and performed in sold-out arenas. He's not your usual rock star, though. Simple best describes Grohl. He drives a family automobile, not a sports car like a man in his league. He also enjoys frivolous luxuries, no big residences or expensive lifestyles for him. Grohl has always prioritized family, music, and humility. He is a kind parent who values family. Grohl is a successful producer and world tour musician, yet he still maintains a normal life with his children. It is even more surprising how Grohl remains humble as a rock star. In interviews, he says he doesn't take his success for granted and that his blue-collar background keeps him modest. From the beginning to the top of the music industry, he understood what it meant to work for what you had. In an industry where luxury and popularity can make you lose your ground, Dave Grohl is a perfect example of how to remain humble. He is one of the most outstanding examples of how it is possible to be a world-famous musician and a devoted father, a man with a clear vision of what is essential in life, and a man with a very low level of pride and arrogance. Number 6. Kristen Bell and Dax Shepard. It is surprising that Kristen Bell and Dax Shepard, one of the most famous couples in Hollywood, are very economical. While today's celebrity couples are seen as those who can afford to have grand wedding ceremonies and spend a lot of money on their wedding and on their lives in general, Bell and Shepard show that it is possible to be successful and still be relatively moderate. First, Kristen Bell's coupon love is a great way to begin. Yes, you read it right, coupons. Bell has been a successful actress, but she is all about getting the best deal when it comes to shopping. She has also mentioned how she enjoys using coupons for regular items that people buy, such as food and detergents. It may sound counterintuitive, but Bell does not feel the urge to go out and spend money just because she has it. She is very concerned with budgeting and ensuring she does not spend more than she earns. Then there's their wedding. Unlike most Hollywood celebrities, who do not hesitate to spend much money on their wedding, Bell and Shepard did not do so. Their wedding was very simple, reportedly costing only a couple of $100s. They did not want a big fancy wedding but wanted something simple and intimate. It is just one of the many ways they decide to maintain a healthy lifestyle, free of vanity and the need to prove something to others. Another aspect of their life where Bell and Shepard save money is child-rearing to their children. They have shared with the public how they avoid taking their children to public events, how they want to raise their children with simple principles, and how they do not succumb to the glamorous Hollywood life. To them, it is all about trying to be as normal as they can be for their family while being celebrities. Kristen Bell and Dax Shepard's approach is so different and unique because they teach people about financial responsibility. It does not mean that because you have money, you have to spend all of it. They're proving that it is possible to live a humble life even if you are in the limelight. In a world where people can be blinded by the desire to spend money, their simplicity is a lesson that success is not defined by how much one spends, but by how one lives. Number 7. Vincent Kiser. Vincent Kiser is most famous for his role as Pete Campbell in the series Mad Men, a man who is obsessed with status, money, and the idea of climbing higher up the social ladder. However, in real life, Kiser is as different as can be from his character's persona. However, Kiser, who has been working at one of the TV's biggest shows, has chosen to live a relatively frugal life that is quite opposite to the lavish lifestyle of many Hollywood celebrities. One of the most noticeable features of Kiser's life is that he lives in a small, plain house. While most Hollywood actors rent mansions in LA, Kiser chose to live in a small house with hardly anything to own. He has also described how he attempts to go carless in a city that really requires the use of cars most of the time. His home is very efficient, and he has foldable furniture, which is another reflection of his philosophy of not owning things that are not necessary. To Kiser, minimalism is not a concept of having few possessions, but a way of life that he embraces. He's also dismissed the consumerist culture that permeates the movie industry in Hollywood, preferring to value people and moments more than things. Kiser has stated that the more he owns, the less he is, and the less he owns, the freer he is. He says that this freedom makes him live a more fulfilling life than he would be living if he were to continue living a lifestyle that is expected of him. What makes Kiser's approach so compelling is that he is a perfect example of how one does not have to embrace the Hollywood lifestyle to succeed in the business. His way of life is very simple and uncomplicated, and this is a clear indication that success does not depend on the amount of wealth one has, but on the way one lives his or her life. This is a good example of how Kartheiser's minimalism is actually better than the Hollywood approach of excess. Number 8. Shailene Woodley. Shailene Woodley is also among the Hollywood celebrities who rarely have time for the glamorous side of Hollywood. The 26-year-old actress, who starred in Divergent and Big Little Lies, leads a simple life free of unnecessary products and focuses on protecting the environment and the mind. She is famous for being an environmentalist who chooses to be an environmentalist rather than living the flashy lifestyle that most celebrities live. Woodley's minimalism does not end at the doorstep of her house and the things she possesses. She also makes her toothpaste and facial cleanser and selects her food when she can. She is susceptible to the aspect of sustainability and will even be willing to fight for a sustainable lifestyle. However, Woodley has opted to stay simple and environmentally conscious even after gaining fame and success. To her, it is not the quantity that counts but the quality of life, as seen in her ability to live in harmony with the environment and everything in it. These decisions are those of her true self, and she shuns materialism, which is attributed to celebrities. Number 9. Elijah Wood. Elijah Wood is probably most famous for portraying Frodo Baggins in The Lord of the Rings, but his life is as far from the epic as it gets. Although Wood has been an active and successful actress, she leads a very simple lifestyle, as can be expected of a Hollywood celebrity. He has come out to the public to state that he is a simple man and does not like fancy cars or expensive clothes. Wood has mentioned that he loves antiques and likes living in a small house. He does not spend money on luxurious things but on things he loves, such as vinyl records and other items. He is also not a party animal, and instead of going to Hollywood clubs and parties, he prefers to work on his hobbies and other interests. According to Wood, the best design should be simple. He is one of those actors who have remained humble despite the fame that they have achieved in their careers, and his lifestyle proves this. However, he has not forgotten his goal of being true to himself, and is content with experiences rather than things. Number 10. Jennifer Lawrence. Jennifer Lawrence is one of Hollywood's biggest stars, but she remains very down-to-earth, and at times, even somewhat cheap. Lawrence found fame through The Hunger Games and Silver Linings Playbook, but she is still very much down-to-earth. To Lawrence, the concept of simple living means leading an ordinary life free from materialism. She is usually dressed in rather informal outfits, spends time with friends in rather mundane environments, and does not indulge in the glamorous Hollywood lifestyle. Although she can afford designer clothes and large mansions, Lawrence lives in a small house which is practical and rather unassuming. Lawrence has said that she grew up in a poor background, and this has shaped her attitude towards money and fame. She has remained humble and has kept to her business and people instead of being caught up in the fame. This practical approach to life is perhaps the reason why she can easily connect with her fans and why she is different from most Hollywood celebrities. Despite their fame, these Hollywood actors choose a simpler lifestyle. Curious about more celebrity secrets? Click on the video popping up on your screen, and don't forget to like and subscribe for more fascinating content.